Welcome to Minions and Misfits, the family-friendly, actual play, off-kilter TTRPG podcast, where instead of playing as archetypal heroes, we assume the roles of common grunts and monsters, and non-player characters. My name is Rebecca, and today we will be doing Chapter 1 of our Good Society campaign. So please welcome my three gentlemen co-hosts, Dillon.
Hello, hello.
Samuel.
Hail and well met.
And Camuel.
Camille.
Greetings.
Oh no.
Very in character, very excited. All right, before...
I promise I'm not Cockney. I swear to God.
We're going to have some fun accent work in this Austen-inspired,
I'm gonna try.
D&D-inspired game.
I can't promise anything.
And I'm playing your brother, so I have to copy whatever you're doing.
That's not necessarily true. You could have lived somewhere else for a while.
Yeah.
That's true.
People get sent
Every other
away from
street has a
school.
different accent.
One of you could be affecting a different accent.
That's also true.
Yeah, you're just distancing yourself from the family by sounding different.
Howdy, y'all.
Sup, bros?
Hello, fellow kids.
All right. Do we want to just jump right into today's first chapter?
I think so.
All right, then let us begin. Chapter 1. Reunions and Red Flags. Ah, Pearlsfield. Truly a diamond in the rough. A gold piece in the haystack. A pearl in the field, if you will. This well-to-do town lies in the center of the rural district, and is itself primarily populated by farmers. But Pearlsfield is set apart from the other country villages by its unique export, pearly cotton. This fantastical fluff grows exclusively in the soil of Pearlsfield. Not only does fabric made of pearly cotton shimmer and shine even when dyed, it is incredibly receptive to magical enchantments, making pearly cotton highly sought after, and certain Pearlsfield personages particularly rich. Perhaps pearly cotton is why some 100-odd years ago a wizard built his tower on the outskirts of what is now Pearlsfield. But the wizard's true reasons, and the wizard's tower itself, have been lost to time. Until not but 2 years ago, when a farmer was tilling a long fallow field and unearthed a strange stone door.
Oh shoot.
Upon the door were carved ancient magical runes. The door was immediately reported to the captain of the constabulary, who thanked the farmer for her report with a few coins, and then thanked her for her continued discretion with a few more. With haste, the captain reported the finding to the appropriate office. The officials, who subsequently arrived to investigate the site, roped off the door and left instructions not to touch it. And that was that. Until this very year. It is a truth universally acknowledged that an untouched dungeon full of treasure must be in want of adventurers. Which is why, on a fateful Threesday Eve, a party of 5 strangers gathered in the premier tavern of Pearlsfield to prepare themselves for the quest of a lifetime. But our story is not about these extraordinary heroes, no. We shall be following the lives of the folk such adventurers hardly acknowledge, except to pickpocket or test out some cheesy pickup lines. Our story will be about the good society of Pearlsfield. While the adventurers bonded over ale in a corner booth, the rest of the tavern was abuzz with celebration. After all, it was the night of Final Thaw, the annual holiday celebrating the end of winter and the coming of spring. And this year, as every year, the heir of the founder of Pearlsfield was hosting a great feast for the entire town. Dillon. As the player of Frederick T. Worthington III, the esteemed host of the night, I think it's only fitting you name the tavern where it is being held.
Ooh. It's the Goat's Head.
The Goat's Head. Tell us more about the Goat's Head.
It's a fine little establishment. It's rustic but nice. So it's like that. It's more of the like upscale rustic. It's like trying to look rustic, but it's actually a nice, like, well-to-do place. Mm-hmm. But they try to appeal to the common folk around. So like lots of just torches on the wall, wood everywhere, like no stone in sight. A couple of round tables decorating the middle, one big bar in the middle to kind of just like a big square.
Nice, one of those like kind of rounded ones.
Like an
where all the
Applebee's.
people are working in the center.
Yeah, one of them's.
Nice.
Wait a minute, this isn't faux dye. This is just dye.
Lots of nice natural wood. This sounds lovely. And
It's cozy.
full of people. It's extra cozy right now because the whole town is here. The rich, the
boy.
poor, everything in between. Speaking of, Sam, your character,
Aha.
Niles, is the local priest, someone who helps bring together people of all walks of life. So what has been arranged for the party tonight? What are like the things people are doing together at this party?
Oh. I imagine that he probably put up some, like, very simple games that he worked way too hard on, like Pin the Tail on the Donkey, that even in this era of Regency and whatever Fantasyland we're in, that even there, it is already a little bit outdated. Like, Pin the Tail on the Donkey? No, we now play Pin the Tail on the Dragon. Come on. Why is it still the donkey? Stuff like that. I feel like he's also made, like, his own concoction of, like, sangria or something that nobody wants. Like, the goodwill is there, and, like, it's one of those things where, oh, I'm so glad they made that and brought it to the party, but you don't want to try it.
Yeah.
And that is basically the name of everything. A lot of intent, and it's not a lot of appreciation, but people are there enjoying themselves, just not enjoying what they were meant to enjoy. Kind of like in that one SpongeBob episode where he has all of these things set up for his party, and they're just talking, and he's like, why aren't you? We're supposed to have talking. Yeah. Talking is at 8:15. It is only 8:10. Like, but it's nonetheless a well-mannered party, and I don't think Niles takes too much mind of it. He's kind of used to it by now.
Did he hire any musicians for this party?
Oh, for sure.
Of the devil, what do you mean?
No. He definitely hires, probably not a 4-piece orchestra or anything like that, but like, you know.
Bagpiper.
The local
Like, kind
band,
of
the local SoundCloud artists.
He didn't want to hire.
The music floats around on a cloud through town.
Yeah, the sound cloud is a...
You got the wannabe bard.
Yeah.
I feel like he wanted to go a step above just like the local tavern bards. The tavern bard is just sitting like bitter in a corner while like the local amateur band plays.
Nice.
Like
The
why?
high school band.
Yeah, it's like why are they playing when we have a bard already? But
There's
Bard
so much
gets the
worse,
night
but
off.
still.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the most important part of a local gathering comes from out of town. Like maybe Ephraim. Perhaps we'll find out once we get into the scene.
Whoa.
But the food, most definitely. So, Cam, since you're playing the out-of-towner, what foods have been shipped in for tonight's feast?
Escargot.
I feel like it would be, stuff that is normally harder to come by, because since this is like a special, once-a-year celebration, you've got stuff from the coastal regions that you can't normally get. It's because it's the thaw, they've like transported seafood and shellfish and things in boxes of the last remaining ice of the winter season. So there's like shrimp cocktail and lobsters and whole fish arrayed out in lots of gorgeous colors of local produce as garnishes and stuff like that.
Local produce that's out of season here, but they brought it from someplace else that is in season.
Yeah.
I feel fancy. Fantastic. This sounds like a hoppin' party. So as the food and drink is flowing and people are dancing, it is crazy crowded. And Niles Worthington, you have worked hard to make sure this is all set up properly, worked with other folks, but it's been a little difficult this year because your brother has been out of town. He's been in the capital for over a month now, and you're expecting to see him back anytime tonight. But as you are, what does Niles like to do at the party? Is he more of an observer, or is he engaging with people, trying to engage with people?
He would say that he's mingling inconspicuously, which means he is floating around, trying to create small talk. It's not really working. Getting greeted with kind of niceties, but no real conversation of substance.
So you're a baby, huh? How's that working out for you?
Is Niles, is he perceived well as the local priest, or is he more of the, oh man, the priest is here?
That's what your reputation tags are.
It was, out of touch, but earnest.
Okay.
So, like him until he tries making casual conversation.
It's like talking to a real priest.
Yeah. Somebody pulls you aside at some point to talk about their marriage problems.
They're like, I'm here to not do this.
I don't understand why she's so mad at
they only like you in your role, not you as a person.
Yeah.
I think there's the enjoyment there, but oh, hey, priest, you can call me Niles. Oh, okay, priest.
All right, father.
Whatever you say, brother. But what does Niles look like? Tell us a bit about what he looks like and how he's done up for the evening.
Okay, so Niles, I feel like there's always something on him indicating that he's a vicar. In this world, what would that look like, Rebecca? Because I know stereotypically there's the little collar, but what would the vicar in this world be wearing?
That's a great question. What do we want that to look like? Do we want to have some kind of collar, but what if it's a Shakespearean collar?
That's a bit much.
Is it too much? Do we feel like the church is more reserved? We talked about having reserved emotions.
I feel like...
We could just copy-paste.
Yeah, I'll just copy-paste. He has a little...
The tight white collar.
Except instead of it being a tight white collar, it's like a cravat almost, the folded over, it's kind of an old-fashioned looking thing. And all of his clothing is well-kept, albeit a little bit worn, but well-preserved. And, definitely, well taken care of. They're clothes that clearly have been through a little bit, but they are nonetheless, meticulously kept clean. and so he looks kind of like a step above the normal person, but a step or two below someone actually trying to look upper class. But he's very tall and erudite, and his posture is nearly perfect, and he has a kind smile with kind of a nervous edge to it. There's that earnestness that is just also a little bit awkward. Constantly going around and kind of fidgeting with different parts of the party, different drinks and hors d'oeuvres, hoping they're going well. But it's one of those parties that kind of just runs itself, and he's trying a little bit too hard to make sure it runs smoothly. Mm-hmm. And it's just one of those things where it's going to be fine. The food's here, we're good.
Too much. Well, awesome. As you're mingling about the room, you have just had someone walk away from you mid-sentence, and you're standing there a little anxious. You feel a tap on your shoulder.
Huh?
You turn around, and you are shocked to see a familiar face. This average height human woman with long black hair, dark brown eyes with single lids. She is wearing a lovely dress that you know she has made herself, and she is beaming up at you. You are shocked to see Georgiana.
Hi!
Surprise!
I did not expect you to be here.
She gives you a big hug.
He's definitely one of those things where it's the hands are kind of stuck up in midair for a moment, then they come down.
The difference between this and Jane Austen world, we allow hugs in this world.
What? Oh.
That's the scandal. The hug is the scandal. Yeah. Whoa.
It all began with a hug.
When did you get here?
Today. I'm so sorry. It's been a crazy month. I know I haven't written to you, and I'm terribly sorry. But it's so good to see you, Niles. How are you? You're eating. You look wonderful. Why didn't you have something special for the party? I should have sent you something. I could have had something made for you. I'm so sorry. It's just been crazy.
This is my... You know what? Never mind.
It looks wonderful on you. It's the same thing you wear every day, and I know you wash it because you don't smell. I'm sorry. I'm being too much. Hi.
It's good to see you too.
Again, I'm so sorry I haven't written.
It's fine. I'm just happy to know that you're okay. But you got back yesterday. I mean,
Today.
Today. Where were we in our correspondence? What was like the last?
I was meaning to ask you if you've been busy as well. I haven't heard from you in, well, a month, about when I started getting busy. Speaking of, I have big news for you, and at this moment, there is a little ting, 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 ting of a spoon hitting a glass.
Oh, 1 second. Just hold on. I want to hear it. One moment.
Sorry, I've got to go. And Georgiana runs off into the crowd, and you see Frederick.
Hello.
How do you put yourself above the crowd to make your announcement?
Oh, I stand on the bar immediately and start ding-a-ling-a-ling on the glass, and I'm gonna say, everybody, I have a wonderful announcement to make. And I kind of like reach out a hand for Georgiana to like join me up on the bar.
She grabs
Not the
your
hors
hand.
d'oeuvres. I feel like you definitely stepped on like a plate of hors d'oeuvres that no one
Probably.
cared about.
Halfling dives onto the bar and quickly pulls some clams out of the way.
Not the clams. I am thrilled to announce that the lovely Georgiana and I are, as of 3 days ago, engaged.
There is a moment of heavy silence. And then
Not the
raucous
response I was looking
applause
for.
as
Okay,
everyone
good.
goes
Thank you.
People come up and just like slap you on the back. There's
Excellent,
cheers.
excellent.
People are toasting. Someone's throwing clamshells in the air.
To celebrate, I have brought back a wagon full of moonlight mead from the capital, and like one of my like servants or whoever else like brings in like a whole crate full of just these super expensive mead bottles from the capital.
Everyone goes ballistic. One gets popped open and there's just a spray of bubbly mead.
Celebrate!
The music starts up again, and you're pulled off the bar for a dance with you and the lucky lady. Niles, as you are standing in the chaos that has erupted in an already noisy party, you notice another familiar face, standing a bit off to the side. One that makes your blood run cold.
Uh-oh.
Cam, what does your character look like?
Oh, he's taller than average for a person. His ears are slightly pointed, not as pointed as an elf, but also pointier than a human's. Has kind of a thin face outlined by a black sort of pencil line beard and mustache. Green eyes that always look like they're sort of looking for an angle, you know. Sly, I would say a sly expression. He's helping distribute the bottles of mead to the happy partygoers.
Nobody recognizes you in this town, but you have become everyone's best friend immediately.
Immediately?
Immediately.
Niles, you don't even have to walk in that direction to start hearing the name Ephraim floating through the crowd.
Ephraim, no last name given.
No last name required.
A small migraine starts to occur in Miles's forehead.
Does Niles approach?
I feel like everyone is brushing past him to go that way, so he's almost pushed that way, even though he wouldn't want to go there. But he's kind of like the last in a long line of greeters.
As you're pushed that way, I spot you, and I run over, and I give you a big embrace. And I'm like, Niles, so good to see you. It's been too long. How was the month since we've been left?
Yes, Frederick. Fine. We're doing
I keep telling me not to. You don't have to call me Frederick. I mean, I'm literally your brother. Like, what? You can just call me Fred. It's fine.
Yes, Frederick. Congratulations. I wasn't even aware that you were familiar with the concept of marriage.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to grow up and make good decisions, and sometimes those good decisions involve a massive dowry.
Wait, what?
At that moment, an older elven woman in this world, elves, they do live longer than humans, but not nearly as long as in some other worlds. But she's aging like a fine wine, as all elves do, with silver hair pulled back into a neat bun that then flows into a ponytail. She picked both. And she walks up and gracefully puts a slender hand on Frederick's arm and says, "My dear Frederick."
"Ah, Mommy!"
"I could not be more proud of you, my boy. What a lovely bride to choose."
"Oh, thank you. I really did luck out, to be perfectly honest. I'm so thrilled that we are able to move forward in this fashion, and I can't wait till the wedding. It'll be such a delightful time."
"Yes, I will do everything in my power to give you the most perfect wedding.
Oh, of course you will. I
all the
knew you would,
Worthingtons,
Mommy.
The most worthy for any Worthington, whoever worthied."
I know you always use that joke, and it's always the worst, but I always knew you would give us the best wedding. Thank you, Mummy.
She does the little kiss on each cheek.
Mummy.
And then she just sort of side glances at Niles and says, "Are you ever going to get married?"
"He's a priest. They can't."
"Oh, they can. It's just Niles."
Lovely to see you too, Mother.
She pats you on the shoulder, but just barely, like she doesn't quite want to touch you, and she says, "Maybe just practice talking to a woman while you're here tonight. I'm going to go get some mead."
"But, Mommy, look at all the lovely hors d'oeuvres he set up."
When I meet one, I'll let you know.
Yes, he could always try talking to the hors d'oeuvres. Actually, I'm going to go speak with your fiancé. So proud of you.
"Oh, yes, please. She's been dying to meet you."
And she floats away.
And as she floats away, Niles kind of whispers to Frederick, "Joke's on her. Once she tastes the devil eggs, she'll be in love."
"I haven't tried one yet, should I?"
Oh, yes. I used the slightest amount of paprika, and it's fantastic.
"Oh, let me give that a shot." And I nibble on one real quick, and I'm like, "Oh, now that is divine. Thank you."
Yes.
Thank you, Niles.
And that's only the amuse-bouche, if you know what I mean.
I don't, actually, but I'll take your word for it, and I float off back into the midst of the party.
Aha.
I like how Niles is basically Niles Crane.
Yeah, straight up.
Fraser Crane. It's some like
Guilty.
his
Guilty
brother
as
is like a
charged.
party animal.
We all knew that was the inspiration when we saw the name.
I judge you, but I've never watched the show, so I don't know.
Oh, you'll just enjoy it then. It'll be great.
He's not he's not in the Frasier reboot, so we have to have him live on somewhere. He's kind of just standing there awkwardly, kind of just like what's that word? He's like airing out his wine, which is kind of like
yeah.
The little stirry bits.
The little swirl.
He's just swirling it nonstop.
No sips, just swirls.
There's like a 5-year-old walks up, he's like, "Hello," and it just walks away. Like,
I'm just rubbing shoulders with like every old money person in the group.
As he's swirling his wine, Ephraim comes up. "Well, I was invited personally, face to face."
"Ah,
by one Frederick Worthington.
I didn't realize we had sent you an invitation."
Tell me, Niles, I didn't know men of the cloth were allowed to partake in things like mead.
Well, the moment I start taking theological advice from you is the moment where I should just give up.
Yes, I don't know if I see that happening anytime soon.
I concur.
He kind of walks away to start handing out more bottles of mead.
And after he does that, a moment later, Niles is just like, "Way to go, Niles. The one conversation you had ended with you utterly insulting the other person. Rocking it."
I feel like Ephraim is probably the one that helped source the mead for Frederick for this party.
Oh, almost certainly. Yeah. I'm just like, I need fancy mead. Go find the best stuff you can find.
And
Cut to the very, very, very full sangria bowl that has not been touched.
Yeah.
Somehow there's
People
more in
have
it.
been,
We're not
like-
entirely how.
Picking up like the
my
pre-filled
gosh.
cups, tasting it, and then just like pouring them back into the bowl.
And your name
More leftovers.
soon floats around even further, associated with the mead. Ephraim, mead, Ephraim, mead. Until at some point, you are approached by a strange individual who is not really dressed for the occasion. They are a dwarven person in full plate armor who comes clanking up to you and slaps you on the back. And says, "I heard
That's
you're
right,
the guy
friend.
that brought the mead." Come here. Let me introduce you to my new friends.
I would be honored.
And he swings you along to a corner booth where a whole handful of strange folk are standing out, even more than you tonight. And they all give you waves as you approach, and the dwarf introduces you as, this is the Mead Man,
That's right. Mead Man am I. The Mead Man cometh.
And they all laugh and cheer. Another individual at this table is a bard. What do they look like?
Oh, is this that character?
We're making this character.
I think this is the adventuring party.
Okay. I think
this is the adventuring party.
Oh, yes. Okay. It is a gnomish looking. Actually, let's say a halfling. Halflings are more fun. Yeah.
Halflings have more fun because they got that luck feat.
They truly do. Yeah.
Reroll ones.
This one's name is Tip and Pook.
Proudfoot.
Tip and Pook.
Is that 2 words or 1?
Question mark?
They just say it so fast you can't tell. Tip and Pook.
Tip and Pook.
And then there's another who is a rogue, and they introduce themselves as what, Dillon? Tell us about this rogue.
He just kind of looks like real shady. He's dressed all in black, knives strapped everywhere on him. He just kind of says, "The name's Sly. No last name, just Sly."
You hear a rumble of thunder, and you could have sworn the sky was clear. A third individual, a very tall, just beanpole of a human girl with dark black hair pulled back in a tail, and a strange little furry creature in her scarf, says, "Hi, I'm Thelka. Thank you for having us. Is this your
Oh, no.
tavern?"
Who is she addressing?
Ephraim.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
He gives her a courteous nod. Is like, "Oh, no, I could never pretend to own such a fabulous bar. No, I'm merely a friend of the man of the hour, Frederick himself."
"Oh, where is the man of the hour? Hold on, I'll go get him." And clank, 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 clank. The dwarf clanks away.
Clank, 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 clank.
For a moment, you make, as unawkward small talk as you can. You don't have to do a lot, but give the occasional witty comment because the bard is talking a lot.
Oh, hi, I'm so glad to be here. This is my favorite town. Oh, my goodness, you have the best pearls in Pearlsfield. I love it. It's almost like Pearl Haven over on Pearl Island.
Can't say I've ever been there, friend.
Oh, I think I've heard of that place.
I don't think he's been here long enough to know we don't have pearls.
He's speaking, como se dice, out of his butt.
As all bards do.
Clank, 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 clank. The dwarf comes back with Frederick Worthington III in tow.
There's a slight red flush in my cheeks already.
Oh, hi.
It's from sweat. It's very hot in here.
I believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you folks. I've met nearly everybody in this town, been here for a very long time. Who are you fine folk?
We're new in town. We're the adventuring party who's gonna be checking out your weird dungeon.
You're going to the stone door.
We're gonna get rich.
Oh, well, you're in the right town for that, let me tell you what. If you're in the right business.
It's gonna be full of mountains of treasure. And the tall, gangly woman kind of just pats him gently on the shoulder and says, "Maybe you should tone it down a bit. We may not want to project that to the entire town."
No, we want money.
But it's
We want lots of money.
But the danger, they could get hurt if they tried to follow us.
He just starts playing his lute.
Money, 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 money.
I can assure you that there's mostly reputable characters in this town. I wouldn't worry about pickpockets or anything like that. You should be fine. On a side note, which one of you is the leader of this little group?
They all kind of look at each other in silence.
I'm going to assume it's you then, Thelka.
Oh, me?
Yes, you seem to be the most put together.
Oh, that's because she's the wizard. The wizards and their big brains.
Indeed. I will...
I'm not that smart. Only like a level 2.
Might I speak to you for a moment?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I kind of bring her out to the side, out of the crowd, just a little quieter, like a little table. And you said you're going into the dungeon, yes?
Yes.
If I were to help finance your expedition, would you think I could get a percentage of whatever treasure loot you find down there?
I think so. Yes, we can absolutely use some supplies.
What do you require?
Maybe some rations. If you have any spell scrolls that I can add to my book. Probably some healing potions. Maybe she kind of glances around. Maybe a writ of pardon. I think Sly has already disappeared. I think you have a pickpocket in town now.
Yeah, when I saw him, I figured that would be the case. But,
You just hear a distant voice saying,
We need money.
Let me tell you, are you guys staying at the local inn?
Yes, we're staying here tonight.
Okay.
My dwarven friend said something about maybe doing some side quests before we enter.
I will have some supplies sent here in the morning for you.
Wonderful.
Please take those on your adventure. And what do you say, 20%?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not too concerned about the money. I think there's going to be some valuable artifacts that'll be very useful for the history.
Excellent for history, and yes, all those wonderful things. I'm sure it'll be excellent. Well, you're 25% then, if you're not too worried about the money. Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I'll have a draft sent up in the morning with the supplies. All right, I will see you all then. And I go and
so much,
just
Mr.
immediately waltz
Worthington.
back without a word.
Oh, goodbye. Congratulations on your engagement.
moonwalks into
Gives
the
him the
crowd.
finger guns while just walking backwards.
Did you get any money?
Yes. In the form of help.
That's not real money.
I can't spend help.
The little fuzzy, almost ferret-like creature pokes out of the scarf and just glares at the bard.
Wisdom is money, fool.
Did that ferret just talk?
I just wanted to represent the really annoying D&D players who play bards and want to only mess around.
Oh, hey, it's me.
I think you've done a great job.
Otherwise known as everyone who has played D&D for the first time.
And me always.
My
Literally,
first character was a half vampire witch. I don't know what you're talking
Holy
about.
crap.
My first character was a dragonborn bard named Guess Some Drugs.
Wow.
Oh man. Well, now y'all have to share your first TTRPG characters.
I guess we all are on this now. Go for it, Cam.
Yeah.
Trying to think back to what my
While you think, I have mine.
so the first main, like the first character that I played for more than like a session was a 3.5e rogue who I prestige classed into this like a wizard rogue cross where you can take AoE spells and shoot them out of your fingers as lasers.
Incredible. I played Pathfinder as my first introduction, but that was like a session. But my first real character that I ever made was actually Mutants and Masterminds. And it was basically an edgelord version of Green Lantern who could use shadow to like create different objects and teleport between them. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Y'all have way cooler beginning characters than me.
Mine was a half vampire witch, had a lot of electric spells, kept going to the front of the battle because I had no idea what I was doing. And her name was Kale.
Kale.
But yeah, with that, I feel like, unless y'all have anything else you want to see happen in this first novel chapter.
I feel like Niles would try to approach Georgiana. Is he able to?
Absolutely, absolutely. She's here at the party, unless
With
Frederick,
enough patience.
Are you keeping her occupied, or?
Oh, not at all. I've forgotten she's here. I am just talking to everybody around.
Okay. She is probably being kept on the arm of your mother.
That tracks.
And knowing Georgiana, she's starting to look a little stressed. Your mom's just kind of droning on and on about the legacy of the Worthingtons. You will need to have at least 2 children, ideally both male.
Niles swoops in and says, Mother, Mr. Leapfrog was in the corner asking for you.
Mr. Leapfrog?
Yes.
You know Baron Leapfrog?
Is that
a nephew of Lord Leapfrog?
Is that the gnome with the estate over in Gold Dig.
Yes, the gold dig leapfrogs.
Is he the rich one?
Yes, everyone's rich in Gold Dig.
Is there any other leapfrog?
Look at you talking sense. Dear Georgiana, I will have to leave you for just a moment.
I can't stand
And so
her.
she swishes and sachets
Or
away.
myself.
J. Thaddeus leapfrog.
Oh my gosh. Someone write these things down.
He's not a gnome. What's the frog race?
There's a turtle race.
Grung.
Grung?
Oh, yeah,
grung.
they're not a playable race, but yes, please
my
make
gosh,
them a
he's a
grung.
little
They are.
frog man
They are a playable race.
with a
Since
big
when?
cravat.
Yeah.
Since anyone says so, it's D&D and you can
Oh,
do what
I
you
want to play a
want.
grung so bad.
We're grungs. We're no longer high elves.
Yeah, we're a rich frog race.
And my voice is no longer this. My voice is now.
Oh, Georgina. Hey, guys, what's up? Hey, y'all.
The whole podcast will sound like this. I'm sorry we ruined your chapter, Rebecca.
This is perfect. What are you talking about?
The intro song is now "It's Not Easy Being Green."
It's just banjo. You cut to frog and toad fan fiction.
Welcome to their universe.
If we're being frogs, then I definitely want my collar to be whatever Kermit has. That collar.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are still elves.
Thank God.
Okay. And
Although, back
And
to
you're-
scene.
And action.
and you're welcome.
So you finally get Georgiana.
Mother can be a bit much.
She seems really very sweet.
That
I think
is
she's just a bit excited.
sweet is a large word when considering my mother.
It's only what?
Opportunistic, ambitious, sly, cunning,
I didn't know you.
really bad at buying Christmas presents. Any of those would really
Even worse at wrapping them.
At first thaw presents, you mean?
Yeah, there's no Christmas here.
She's really, really bad at Christmas presents in that case.
You'd think she didn't even know what Christmas was.
I would advise you to spend as little time around her as possible with your impending marriage. Also, when did that come about exactly?
Surprise! Well, about a month ago, things got really busy. Really busy with the business, with the fashion line, getting ready for the big summer all the fashion. And, well, a mutual friend introduced me to your brother, and I only realized after the first couple of dates that I connected, Worthington, maybe there's just the one Worthingtons. And I drafted at least 3 letters, and it was just a whirlwind. We realized it just worked. I design and make clothes. He's the heir to a textile fortune.
I design clothes. He wears clothes. It's a match made in heaven.
It's perfect!
Well, you know, a lady's imagination is very rapid. It jumps from admiration to love, from love to matrimony in a moment.
Congratulations, he says through gritted teeth. Frederick is a very unique man.
He is a bit silly sometimes, but he really has a good heart.
Has a what?
A good heart. Heart? Did you know? Just like you. Gives you a little poke on the chest.
Unrelated, how much mead have you had tonight?
I haven't had the chance to have any. I could really use some.
At that moment,
A song breaks out with
let's just say at that moment, Ephraim swoops in with a like a custom bottle of mead with like a pink ribbon tied around his like.
Ephraim!
he's ready for everything. This is why I love him.
For the lady of the night.
She takes the bottle.
Speaking of red flags.
She takes the bottle and gives him a quick kiss on the cheek and says, "What do you mean?
Subtle.
He's who introduced us. This wouldn't have happened without him."
And then, what's his face? Puts his hand on, Niles puts his hand on Ephraim's shoulder in that way that, like, looks friendly, but he's squeezing a little bit. Squeezing a little bit. Did he now?
Yes.
What a charming fellow.
He has been nothing but charming and so very kind.
Ephraim, my dear friend, join me on the bar. We must sing. I've gotten the band. We're going to sing shanties.
Of course.
The bard is also up there strumming.
Ephraim,
Shanty.
Ephraim, stylishly hops up onto the bar, like in one smooth motion.
Just shoulders over shoulders all together, just swaying and singing shanties together on the bar.
La 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 la.
Cut to the sangria bowl, which has been dumped out and filled up with
As
meat.
As the festivities sort of start to, get merry and everybody's singing and having fun and all of this,
A wee bit tips.
Ephraim sort of meets Niles, makes eye contact with Niles, and just gives him like a wry wink, and then raises his glass and continues singing the shanty without missing a beat.
My, whatever happened between these two? The listener asks.
Niles just kind of like raises his eyebrow in a very sassy and unamused way.
Dry.
Georgiana, standing beside him, raises her glass of mead, smiling directly at Frederick.
And after a moment, he sees her. He's like, "Ah," and lifts up his hand as well, very unenthusiastically.
And scene.
Sounds like a good end to the scene.
Yeah, I think that's the close of the chapter. All right, we still have some time left, I believe.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so let's, while we're here, move to the next phase.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. What's that?
Listener, in case you did not listen to the prelude, you should absolutely go listen to it. But if you didn't, we are playing the system called Good Society, a Jane Austen-inspired TTRPG. And so the mechanics in this are much more focused on society and personal reputation. So, fittingly, we will next enter
intrigue.
the reputation phase. Yes, social intrigue. In this phase, we'll be assessing our characters' behavior and seeing how their reputation may change. So, my dear players, if you will pull up your main character's family background sheet.
Got it.
We are going to be number 1. We're going to be assessing your character's behavior against reputation criteria. Each player will assess their major character's behavior and against their criteria on their family background sheet and see if how they behaved in this last chapter is going to have any effect on their reputation. Dillon, let's start with Frederick.
Yeah, I'm looking through. I don't know if getting engaged would count as acting in like service of duty or morality or societal conventions in this case, but it's also fairly self-serving for Frederick, so I don't know.
Isn't there a second half, like something about it like going against his wishes or something?
Yeah, it's despite considerable hardship in doing so, so I don't think that would count.
I don't think that would count.
Because there was no hardship in my engagement here.
No. Getting married to a nice girl isn't that difficult for you.
No, it's really not that hard, speaking from experience.
No.
Ooh, smooth.
I don't think I have a negative one either. I didn't act in contravention of society's conventions. I didn't act on a desire that... Oh, no, I might have acted on a desire that compromised my duty. No, because that's not... Nah, that's fine.
What are you thinking about? What you thinking about?
I was just thinking about the little, like, side deal I made.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that would
That
compromise.
should be fine. Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
So I think I'm neutral.
Yeah. You haven't denied your desires and made a sacrifice to uphold the family
certainly
name? No. All right. Let's go with the little brother next, Niles. Let's take a look at your background of clergy.
Yes, and remember, for one of my negative tags, I switched out the final one for publicly displayed strong emotions.
I don't know. I kind of think you might have done that a little bit when Ephraim came in.
I feel like it's
It
one of
was
those...
subtle enough.
Yeah, because it wasn't like... I don't think anyone besides him or Ephraim really noticed.
Yeah,
unless
it
someone was
wasn't
really
like-
watching.
Didn't you call him a red flag when he walked up while Georgiana was there?
Oh, you did say that, yeah.
I feel like that was much more under his breath, though. Like, that was not...
Okay.
All
That was more like...
right.
It
So
genuinely
maybe,
was...
maybe Georgiana heard it, but not like the crowd.
Yeah, like that was... I don't know. I wouldn't consider it, but I will respect the rule of our narrator. Not narrator, writer,
Facilitator.
Facilitator. So for gaining a positive, for gaining a positive tag, acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so.
I would give him that one.
Yeah. We'll go with that instead.
I don't know which I'd gain: kind, knowledgeable, moral, or charismatic.
I think we'll come.
Well, it's not charismatic.
Kind,
I think-
maybe?
Yes.
What's your current
'cause
tag?
Give kind.
Devoted.
Devoted. Yeah, we'll go with kind.
And so, do I erase my current tag, or do I
You
keep
keep
both?
it. You have both.
Added 2.
Yes.
Ooh, sweet.
And when you get 2, stuff happens.
I get 2. What do you mean?
When you get 2 of a kind. I think. Hold on. Let me look at the rule. Tab over to the rule book. If any character has at least 3 okay, I was wrong. If any
3,
character has at least 3 positive or 3 negative reputation tags and does not already have an active reputation condition of that type, they choose one of the 2 conditions on their character roll sheet to activate.
Interesting.
So you have to gain 3. You're almost to 3.
So that's how you get those. I was
Do we,
wondering. Okay.
do we want to do 1 per chapter, or is it as many times as we broke or gained things?
I think it really just depends on how much you did. Did you fulfill any other criteria? You could gain a positive and a negative in the same chapter.
Well, mine are acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires.
Yep.
But that's also kind of what we just did anyway.
Yeah.
Made a sacrifice or denied your own desires to help others. They're all kind of the same thing. But yeah, no, I think that would just count as 1 though. Negative is acted in contravention of a society's conventions, which I don't think he did.
No.
He did like under his breath, but not like publicly. Like he was very.
Yeah. If it was like out to the crowd, I would argue that. But no, since it was
I was considering spending one of my what are they called? Shoot, I'm forgetting.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The
Tokens?
One of my tokens
Yeah,
to
tokens,
make it so that people heard. But I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna leave it for now. You're safe this time, Niles.
Thank you.
the resolve token, is that what it is?
Resolve,
Or-
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he very much has. I need to work on it because there is very much that inner monologue he has that is not his outer monologue, and so he kind of does have that like a sitcom thing where he says it out to the audience, but no one else would have heard it, type of thing.
You're
I
gonna
don't
be
know how you
fun
want
to
to
play
do
the
that.
monologue token on.
I like the inner breath.
Yeah,
Like
just
the,
specify before he talks.
Okay,
When
I got
when it's
you.
just like a little bit of an aside.
A little peek inside.
Yeah. But also,
all right,
be sure to save some for when we can throw a monologue token at you.
Oh, I got you. All right, well, I am good then.
Awesome. Ephraim.
This boy had a wild night.
Yeah, my positive tags are the same 2 that everybody has: acted in service of duty or morality, acted in obedience to society's conventions, or secured a personal invitation from someone of higher social status than yourself. Which I would say being there in the first place means that I secured a personal invitation cemented by Frederick, palling around with Ephraim and inviting him up onto the bar to sing and everything.
Yeah, you were definitely made the man of the hour. Let's give you a positive tag.
You're welcome.
What are the
Party
positive
boy.
tag options for you?
So I already have ambitious. So my options are rich, clever, industrious, or novel. I think novel makes the most sense.
Yeah, novel is definitely the one. Yeah. You're the new kid
cool
in town.
New guy. You're new
Yeah.
in town.
With your leather jackets and your sunglasses.
Yeah. Awesome. Now we have assessed our character's behavior, created reputation tags. There are no reputation conditions to trigger. Those will trigger once you have reached 3 of either. So that's the end of the reputation phase. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's time for the rumor and scandal phase.
Scandal!
Yes, indeed. In this phase, it's time to create rumors. These aren't necessarily created by your characters. This is just what's spreading throughout the town of Pearlsfield. So we're going to take turns. Everyone gets to create 2.
Yay.
2. Well, you get 2 actions, as it were. You can create a rumor, or you can spread a rumor. If you look at our collaborative sheet, which I see you all have open, good job, good job. Tab over to that final tab, there's a rumor and scandal page where we will write our rumors. Once a rumor is created, it's just the grassroots. Some people are talking about it, but it's still just considered a rumor, just baseless stuff. But if someone chooses to spread it, that means it's becoming a proper scandal. And people are starting to believe it, and it's going to affect our story. And you can decide how that's spreading. But if it goes without being spread for a rumor and scandal phase, it'll be marked as fading.
Okay.
So if it doesn't get spread the next time, it's just gone. It got boring.
Create a rumor.
Yeah, you want to start?
I want to start. I've got one. Here it is. I put it in the sheet, and I will say it aloud now.
Oh!
There's a rumor spreading around that Georgiana and Niles have romantic history.
Why, I never.
Scandal. Who wants to go next?
Let me think about this.
Yeah, I gotta think too.
I started off with a banger.
Yeah.
Lady Worthington is a lush.
Oh no.
Ooh. She's a heavy drinker, you say?
Niles is not spreading that, but I think it would be going about the town.
This is not something your main character is spreading. This is just a rumor that's.
These are out of character. Yeah.
All right, Cam, do you have a rumor, or do you want to spread one of these rumors we already have?
I am gonna start a rumor about myself, though. Ephraim is not the only. Let's see. He's brought other out-of-towners with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
Does that seem like an appropriate rumor? It wouldn't just be obvious if he brought other out-of-towners with him.
Ephraim has brought other out-of-towners with him.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, what's more the implication behind this? Is it that he is sponsoring this strange group of adventurers? Is it that he's bringing in new people who are infiltrating?
Oh, like you're infiltrating the town kind of a thing, or?
Well, so it's kind of tying it in with his his friend from abroad character that we made.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll introduce him in another way.
Who will show up. Not everyone showed up in the first scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do Frederick doesn't have as much money as he makes out.
We might save that rumor for when we see that character come in.
I'm going to interrupt you actually, well, wait a second, because we're going to reverse the order. Cam gets to go the second time, but before Cam goes the second time, I am going to go, and I am going to create a rumor.
Do it.
I am going to create a rumor that Ephraim is a prince from a faraway land.
Oh! Prince Ali! What an implication.
It looks like it. I like it. All right, now Cam, you get to either spread a rumor or make another.
Definitely going to spread that rumor about Ephraim. So that is the kind of rumor that he would encourage about himself.
Nice.
I will spread that rumor for my second.
All right, that's becoming a scandal that Ephraim is secretly a prince. He's a Nigerian prince who needs you to send him his bank account number right now to help him.
I've got a little scheme that you might want to be a part of.
Is that too old of a reference?
Oh my.
For all the kids listening, there used to be these email scams that your grandma is still falling for.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Sam, you get to either spread a rumor or create another.
Oh my.
1 second. I kind of want to spread the one that Lady Worthington is a lush.
Oh no.
Do it.
Just because I feel like that'll make it interesting to the story.
Could have some drama about the Worthington line.
Something for Niles to have to quell. She harassed Lord Leapfrog.
Not mother. Mummy. Not
do you
my
wanna-
mummy.
That's a whole different thing. That there was a falling out with Lord Leapfrog.
That's a whole separate rumor. Yeah.
I'm gonna create that one. That Lady Worthington has greatly. Do I want to say she greatly offended, or she's having, or like they're courting?
I like greatly offended because I feel like
They had a falling out.
No, I like the great offense because I feel like she holds power. Like
I feel like offended too because I feel like she's not so sly and charismatic that she can actually get attention. It's more just that she caused a scene.
yeah, she knows she holds power and like likes to abuse it a little bit.
Kind of like the mom in Pride and Prejudice, who it's like she's trying to be fancy, but she just
We don't talk about her.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Bennett. Dillon, you're the last one. What would you like to spread or create?
Yeah, I'm spreading. I would like to spread the one I started.
All right.
Oh no,
Sorry, Niles, you're gonna have a bad time, my man.
I really am.
He knows what he's doing.
This is the worst thing for Niles. His arch enemy is being named like the Lord
The
of all
cool kid
things.
in town. Yeah. Your mom's a lush. You have romantic history with my current fiance, and your old enemy is a prince from far away.
Needless to say,
picking on Niles.
needless to say, this Sunday's service was very well attended.
Now, an important thing to remember is that anyone can spend a resolve token, the resolve token sitting on the rumor that has now become a scandal, to have
two
that
of those,
rumor
right?
change the story. Yeah, we have 2 that have been turned into scandals.
Oh, I said we have 2 resolve tokens, correct? That we start with. Or-
Yes, but it looks like, let me read just directly from the book. When a player chooses to spread a rumor, mark the circle next to it. For us online, it's a square. This represents a resolve token that is now attached to this rumor. Any person can spend this resolve token during a novel chapter or epistolary phase to have the rumor change the story. As always,
Okay.
the rules governing the use of resolve tokens apply. So if
So-
you're doing something bad to another main character or having them do something, you have to negotiate.
So basically we removed the check mark that we put on the rumor
that we're spending.
to have it do something in the story. Okay.
I think. Ooh, can I change? I want to change the Georgiana and Niles, and I want to put it Niles, and
I bet you do.
what's a
Ephraim. Niles and Ephraim. Scandal.
no Lord Leapfrog's daughter or Baron Leapfrog's daughter. Who I'm trying to think of her name.
Miss Leapfrog.
What's
Frog. If
hey?
you
What's the
want
name?
to
What?
change
Hey,
it-
Princess and the Frog. What is that princess's name?
Tiana.
Tiana Leapfrog.
Tiana Leapfrog.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to do that, here's what I'll say. You will have to negotiate with Dillon, who created the rumor, to give him a resolve token. Try to convince him.
Laughs in French.
I feel like the only thing worse than having romantic feelings about your brother's fiance is being linked to somebody else who you can't stand. I feel like that one makes him a little bit more miserable, and the idea that Fred could set him would now try to make an active effort to set him up with somebody he hates is kind of more fun than him being leery that he's trying to hit on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not leery of it at all. This is not my characters doing this. This is just like word around town.
Oh. So how am I supposed to defend my position, Rebecca?
I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, very important question.
Oh gosh. You were trying to convince him. You were giving the reasons why you thought it would be better.
I feel like it'd be more interesting in the story to have people try setting up and arranging Tiana and Niles when he wants nothing to do with her. I feel like that's more entertaining right off the bat. Like, we definitely need to have the other thing maybe develop later on, but it might be a little bit early for that. Mm-hmm. Yay or nay?
I do agree with him there, I think.
It's up to you, Dillon.
It is a good point. Based on your interactions at the party, though.
I think it could be very interesting for this to spike and then fade away.
True.
It's not going to be forever.
Yeah, that is a good idea too. I like that idea.
That's true.
All right. I'll take the resolve token.
And then,
All right, then it is Tiana Leapfrog.
and then maybe Ephraim is trying to try to reconcile, is trying to set him up really hard with Tiana Leapfrog, which is the last thing he wants.
That could be really interesting.
But also
In that case, I am going to spread the rumor about Lady Worthington, and make that a scandal.
So I have three
that's
tokens
extra
now.
drama.
Is that right? Because he gave me
Yes.
one. Oh boy.
Oh wait, so fading means how does fading happen?
All right, so at the end of a scandal and rumor phase, or rumor and scandal phase, anything that has not been spread
Fades.
gets the fading. It's fading. So it'll be here at the start of the next phase, and you can spread it to bring it back. But if it doesn't get spread by the end of the next
Wait, who
rumor and
changed the
scandal
rumor?
phase, it's gone.
Someone changed the rumor. Hang on.
Yeah, the top one should still have a spread token on it.
Oh,
Because Dillon put one on there.
there we go. I fixed it.
Although if you guys really want it to stay Georgiana, we totally can.
Dylan agreed, unless you want to change
Yeah,
your mind.
I'm taking the. So we switched that to Tiana.
Okay.
Yes. And I'll take your.
Yeah.
I'll take your. And I'll take your token.
Yeah, mark off that token for him. Beautiful, beautiful.
Where's the tokens?
All right.
I took it. I already took it
Made
from
him
you. You're good.
tokens.
You'll never see it because you don't have any.
He is one.
No, you start to. All right, now that the rumor and scandal phase is over, we will move. Do we have enough time, Dylan?
I have
For
10
a little
minutes.
bit more?
How long is that? How long do we
10 minutes.
need?
The epistolary phase can take who knows how long. I think it might be more fun to start with the epistolary phase.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
This was. I
So-
like this. I like this system a lot. I'm very into this.
Oh, this is
Tune
fun.
in a week.
Yeah.
Two weeks.
Whenever it comes out.
To hear the next chapter. Whenever it we're trying, y'all. For the next chapter of the story of Pearlsfield.
Play that outro, which is the same as the intro.
Have a good one.
Hey everybody, Cam here. Thanks for listening to Minions and Misfits. If you like what you heard, don't forget to check out our socials. The links are down in the description. And please, leave us a review on whatever app you use to listen to your podcast. It'll help us reach more people who can enjoy the episode that you just listened to. See you next time.